So today's video is going to be a review slash first impression of this Oh Wow brush from Cailyn Cosmetics. This one, if you're familiar, looks exactly like the Artiste brush that everyone has been reviewing lately, except this one is $32 and that one is like 80 something, so definitely getting a bargain with that one. So when I saw this, I was like, I have to try it because it's just like the Artiste one, except it's a lot smaller and I don't know, it has its own kind of flair to it. So if y'all want to see my thoughts on this product, then just keep watching. Alright, so I'll be reviewing this brush right here, which I'm sure I already told you in the intro, but just to give a little background about where I actually got this brush, I am a huge fan of Shop Hope's. If y'all saw my, I think it was like a fall fashion video, I got most of my clothes from Hope's, which is an online boutique, and it's also in Georgia. So they have this thing called a Kelsey's Style Box. Kelsey is actually Hope's daughter, and she's like really into makeup and everything. So I'll leave the Shop Hope's website down below in case you're interested in some of their clothes. But yeah, so she designed this style box, and this one particularly had like accessories and then some makeup stuff in it. So this brush actually came in the box. So this is actually from the brand Cailyn, C-A-I-L-Y-N. I've never heard anything about that brand. So I was super curious because it does come with this like little cap thing, which is really cool. Kind of like keeps it on the more sanitary side. But to me, when I first saw this, I was like, this looks like a dupe for that Artiste brush that everyone has been reviewing. It's like 80 something dollars. And I could never like bring myself to spend 80 something dollars on a brush. So I was like super excited when this was in the box because it's like, it looks exactly like that. And so if it works the same, that's awesome. So I went ahead and did some research on this, and on the Cailyn Cosmetics website, this is actually called the Oh Wow brush, and it retails for $32, which is really expensive in my opinion for a brush. So it was really cool that it came in that box. Just some details about it. It says it's dome angular shape, pointed tip, has a slip-off cap, and sturdy tilted handle. So it says it's beautifully crafted to blend foundation, powder, cream, moisturizer, and primers seamlessly into skin to achieve the professional look. It has, it was like the best of beauty in Allure. It won like a bunch of things, it looks like. So I'm really interested to see if this actually works, because I'm like super picky about my brushes. If they like rub off the foundation or whatever, then that's just a no-go. So it doesn't really say how to use it, but I assume, I don't know, do you just like put it on the brush and then like rub it on your skin? I don't know, like with that Artiste brush, people have just been like rubbing it like that, like a brush on their face, like a hairbrush. To me it looks like a hairbrush, but yeah, it doesn't really say how to use it, so I'm just gonna go with what I think is best. So we'll see about that. It feels so good, y'all. Like so good, like better. It feels like more softer than my Sigma brushes. Like I don't know if it's just because I haven't used it yet or it's just like that soft. And it's like super dense too, so I feel like it'll give you like really good coverage. So I'm going to go ahead and mix this Revlon Colorstay and then the Rimmel Stay Matte foundations together and use that as my foundation because I want a super full coverage foundation and to see if this actually works. So I went ahead and put this on my foundation concealer pad thing. I know it looks really bad, but it's just, I don't like putting it on the back of my hand. I don't know, I'm just weird like that. So the only way I can think of how to do this is from this, just dip it in here and then, I don't know, put it on my face. So like that, I guess. And then I'll do one half and then see how that looks, and then on the other side we'll compare. So first impressions, it feels really good on the skin. And I'm just like sliding it. I don't know, it's a little weird if you're used to like a regular brush. Okay, so I kind of feel like it shears out the foundation a little bit. It does go on really nice, really gentle, but I feel like it kind of took away some of the full coverageness of the foundation. So I'm going to go ahead and do this side and then see if it's like a buildable, if this brush will like build it up. Okay, so it's like, it goes on really fast. I feel like this is like faster than a regular brush. So let's see if it's like buildable. So I feel like when I dab it, it builds up the coverage a little bit. I don't know if it's like a proper way of using the brush, but it works. And this foundation might be a little light for me, but with bronzer it'll be okay. Okay, so I did my whole face. I feel like it was buildable. I'm like pleasantly surprised with this brush because it went on like super easy, and some brushes, you know, like when you keep on putting layers on, it'll like rub off the foundation that you put on before, but this one doesn't. Like, I feel like when I was patting it, it did kind of like build up the product for me, so that was really nice, and it was super quick to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my makeup and then come back with my final thoughts. Alright, so now I'm done with my makeup and I'm gonna tell you the pros and cons of this. I was kind of thinking of everything while I was finishing my makeup. So the number one thing was that it was fast and easy to use. It didn't have any directions on the website, which I feel wasn't good, but other than that, I feel like if you've used makeup brushes, you can figure out a way to use it, so it's really not that bad. But yeah, how fast the application was just amazing. It was much faster than a regular brush where you have to dab it on there, blend or whatever. Like this one just smoothed it on there, which brings me to my next point, was that it smoothed it on there. It put the foundation on very evenly. So you didn't have any streaking, you didn't have any patchiness or anything. It just smoothed it on, glided on, very nice and even layer. So that was really nice. All right, so the last pro I have is that it did build up the foundation. When I put it on, it didn't go on as full coverage as I would like, but I had a little bit of foundation left over, and with that, I just kind of, you saw me, I just dabbed it on there, which covered it up as much as I want it to be covered. So that was good. So now the cons is that I did feel like it did shear out the foundation just a little bit. With any foundation, I feel like it's just different with any kind of brush or sponge. It just depends on your personal preference, but I do feel like this kind of sheared it out just a hint, just to where I can notice it just a little bit. Not enough to where I don't like the brush, but just enough to where I would have to build it up like you saw me do earlier, which is fine. I had some left over anyway, so it's not a big deal. But the last con I have, sorry if you can hear outside, we're getting our grass cut. But the last con I have is the cost. Yeah, it was $32 on the Cailyn Cosmetics website. I did see a bunch of them on Amazon, but they're pretty much around the same price. So it is pretty pricey. So that is a major con for me. I probably would not have purchased this on my own because it is so expensive. But since it came in the box, I am using it and it's wonderful. So my final thoughts on this is that I really like it and I really enjoy it. I love this little lid it has on there. That way, if you need to put it with your other stuff when you travel, I know a lot of my brushes, the little bristles get bent back and stuff because I just tend to like smush everything in the bag. So to prevent that from happening, just put this on there, it snaps in place, and then you're good to go. And then also with like sanitary things, like if you're keeping it out, nothing will like fly onto it and attach to it. So yeah, it's really soft, really nice. I really enjoy this brush. Alright, so that was the end of this review slash first impression. If y'all like to see any more kind of reviews or first impressions on anything, just let me know. I know my video before this one was a first impression, so I really like doing them. So just send me any products from the drugstore or any other thing that you want me to try out, and I will do that for you. But yeah, until next time, I hope y'all have a good week or weekend whenever you're watching this, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye, y'all.